My name is Oshifesolu Adamilare. I'm a mechanic. Welcome to Exxon F1, also known as Formula One Column Africa. The sponsors of today's program are Rollness Resort, plot 90714 Cavera Road, First Avenue, First Town, Lagos. They have just the best services in hoteling. They are in a very nice and clean environment, great and conducive rooms, great bar, and we also have value-res student accommodation, 380 Bosman Street, Pretoria, South Africa. Teams Gadget is the best place for you to get your phones, laptops, games, every accessories for your phone. You can contact him. You'll find his number here. In Bahrain Testing today, lots of action, lots and lots of action on track. And if you were watching quite closely, like I did, you will think the Formula One season has started, because there are so many overtakes, so many action, as the drivers were really roofing the car to the ground, burning the tires, pushing the car for reliabilities, pushing the car for speed, trying to get the best out of the car, to the best data they can get to prepare them for the season opener next week. And there were just flashpoints all through the morning and the afternoon testing, but we'll be able to give you just few gist on what happened. In the morning session, Charles Leclerc was able to take the lead from George Russell in the morning session on day 3, leading the Mercedes by 800th of a second, as at the time they were just setting fast laps after fast laps, and that Ferrari looks racy, like I've always said. And from what we're looking at, the Mercedes on corners and is not really looking to grip the corner like the Ferrari or the Red Bull. And from the news that we got very late yesterday, they are trying to really get down to what was causing that. They worked very late into the night yesterday, and they said they want to really get what was going down with the car. So this morning we can still see some little bit of that. Still not. The car is still not functioning on corners like it should do. Although, like I said, the bouncing is no more there. Toto Wolff confirmed that. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell confirmed that the bouncing is no more there. But majorly, they need to get their straight line speed and their cornering speed, and they need to get a lot of downforce on the car, especially on the front wings, so that they will not be having oversteers when cornering, because that is what Lewis Hamilton was really having yesterday. He was having a lot of oversteers on the corners, and that will be taking time away from him if he's having if he's having too much drag in front of the car. Valtteri Bottas was the man at the wheel in the morning session, because it was meant to be in the morning, and Valtteri Bottas was meant to ride both morning and the afternoon session today, and it was the one at the wheel when the second red flag of the day was up. That was due to a mechanical fault, and we believe it should be the transmission that gave way in the morning, because we believe it should be the transmission, because the car stopped in the 5th gear. We hope they could fix it, in which they were able to do before the afternoon session, and it came up with over 100 laps today. The C43 really impressed, because when in the afternoon session that they were having a lot of battles, a lot of overtakes, the C43 was really grinding it out there on the racetrack. Sergio Perez was the first person to bring up the red flag in the morning, because there was a sensor that came off his car to the racetrack during the testing. In the afternoon session, Lewis Hamilton, at about 1 hour 23 minutes to the end of the session, set some purple sectors and pumped in the fastest lap for the Mercedes in the testing in Bahrain, and a lot of confidence that they are really improving and that they've really improved. And Hamilton was able to do 1 minute 30 seconds 781 tenths, which gave them a lot of confidence. And before Sergio Perez pumping the lower times, he went straight for the 1 minute 30 305 tenths, which was a very good time as regards the last season 2022, which their times were running into 1 minute 32 seconds at the end of the final testing. This is really telling us that there will be close races, and there will be a lot each teams would have learned and would improve upon before next week. And Sergio Perez was able to complete 133 laps today, which was the highest of anybody today, while Valtteri Bottas in his Sauber C43 did a 131 laps. Lewis Hamilton was able to complete 65 laps, while his teammate George Russell did 83 laps. Kevin Magnussen did 95 laps for the Haas. The duo of Leclerc and Sainz for Ferrari did 76 and 67 laps. That was that, and we know that the teams are still hiding a lot of things. Certainly, they are still hiding a lot of things in their car. We know those cars will be racing this season, like I've always said, and the potentials are coming out, and we can't wait for the season opener in Bahrain next week. I want you to join us on Friday Friday next week, as we keep giving you news. But tomorrow, whatever we learned, we will tell you. We'll give you the gist tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Every day we'll be giving you gist on what we've learned so far this season and what is coming up and what is to come. Like I said in my last video, we really want to build a community of not just engineers, drivers. We want to build a very good racing community in Formula One, not just for 1 year, 2, 3 years, for longer years, like 20, 30, 40 years, and looking on to people that would carry on the betting. Formula One is not a child's play. It's a very, very expensive sport. It's a time management sport, and most times only the rich can. Most times, I didn't say at all times, can participate. And I can give you example. Lance Stroll, the son of the billionaire Lawrence Stroll that owns Aston Martin. Yuki Tsunoda is a Japanese. His father is very, very rich. Zhou Guanyu, those guys come from a rich background. Nikita Mazepin, the son of the owner of Uralkali fertilizers and agro products and petrochemical products. But we still have some people that came from humble background, like Esteban Ocon, Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, and little of them that comes from very humble background. And as you all know, for some of you that might be used to Lewis Hamilton's story, it was not just because he was black, but it was a very tough. It was very tough growing up for him in the Formula One, or should I call it the karting category. His father was his mechanic. They had to work hard. His father was working 2 jobs and still his mechanic and still his coach and everything to him. And to put even a cat on the track for racing is very, very expensive. But we are not, like I said in the last video, we are not looking at doing it in a day or in a year. We are looking at building a community in which we can get donations work together, get people that would race, televise it, from there get youths, build something great, and create a greater future, not just for Nigeria, not just for Africa, but for our own individuals. Because there are lots of opportunity in Formula One. It's not compulsorily you become a race driver. You can be a mechanic. You can be a data analyst. You can be a marketer in the Formula One setting, and it depends on where you want to be. Like I said, it's not for it's not for our own generation, but it's for the but for generation coming behind us to do great things in the sport, to be part of the sport, and to also bring the sport as an opportunity to create an enabling environment, job opportunities, and also bring a race or any other West African state, and having a Formula One driver. We might have a Formula One mechanic. We might have the first African Formula One mechanic going to 2-3. We might have African data analyst doing some other jobs, CFD, race engineer. But the aim is getting a Formula One driver, because as of now, until there's expansion in the grid, which might come in 2026, there are still 20 people, 20 individuals driving 20 cars on the grid. And we know how difficult it is to get the job. But when we start from somewhere, we get people in the next few years getting this done, we will get there. And I would like to hear from you, to work with you. Thank you very much. God bless you.